What's up, y'all? Clean Cuts the One back with another video after a long day at work. Finally got y'all a cut video. This is what I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna do my cut series. It's gonna be called Critique the Cut, because you guys know I've not been cutting hair very long. I know how to do a haircut. Like, I've been successful in the barber shop, but I want to get better. I want to get better. I want to get indefinitely better, and I'm depending on you guys to help me. I know a lot of you guys are also students, so I'm hoping that some of the stuff that I'm sharing with you will be able to help you, like at a beginner level. But some of you guys are vets out there. Some of you guys have been supporting me for a really long time, and I'm going to ask that if you have the ability to tell me something that's going to help me with my cut, I would really appreciate it if you would drop it in the comments and let me know how it is that I can get better. I will ask that you be nice, right? Because like I'm really putting myself out there, and to be honest, it's kind of uncomfortable, you know, because I know that this is not a tutorial video, and if there's anybody's haircuts to be watching, there's probably about 100 barbers that I can think of that you need to watch their haircuts before you watch my haircuts. But I'm very excited to be putting out haircut videos. I've made it further than I ever thought that I would be able to be. Things that I never thought I would be able to do, I'm able to do. There are some things that are becoming intuitive that I absolutely could not comprehend. If you go back in my videos where I was watching like Jay the Barber's video when I review Dave Diggs' How to Fade DVD, I could not comprehend how to use the lever. And I think what you'll see in this video, some of that stuff has actually clicked. Some of it has become somewhat intuitive. There's always room for improvement, but I'm definitely getting a lot better than I was when I started. There's really nothing to argue about that. So for you new barbers, watch this story from the beginning so you can see that you can get better, you can learn, you can continue to progress. If I can do it from ground zero, never cutting anybody's hair before except for a bald head for me and my son, then you can do it. And if you're a veteran in the game, please help us out. All the new barbers are going to be in the comments watching the video. We want to learn how to be excellent barbers. So please, drop a comment. Let me know how I can improve my cut. Let me know what you think about the cut. And please, before the video even starts, go ahead and subscribe, because this is just the beginning, kicking off some new stuff, and I'm very excited about it. Thank you so much. So let's get into it. So let me apologize ahead of time. My microphone crapped out on me, so I'm having to record off my computer. I have a new microphone on the way, so the audio should be better on the next one, but I'm just working with what I got. So I start balding out with the 5/0 blade on my Andis Super ZR. It's a detachable clipper. I did an on-the-spot review in my last video. You guys can check that out if you want to know what I think about it. I'm still looking for every opportunity to use it, although I do tend to stick with my balding clippers as opposed to a 5/0 blade for balding out. I try to make sure to keep all my lines symmetrical, and try to make sure I get all the hair off of his neck and the back of his head, and just to be thorough. This was the first haircut video I've done with a 50mm lens, and it was kind of difficult because I didn't know where the camera angle was, and just having to remember what it's like to cut in front of a camera. So I try to stay out of the way, try not to look too awkward, but I get more comfortable as I go along. So anyway, I switched to my fast feed because from bald to one, I think they're the best for tapering and for fading. Granted, my Andis Masters are kind of like losing power on me right now, and I'm still working on that. So for everything with no guard, I usually stick to my fast feeds. So I'm doing the fast feed all the way open, and I'm creating a bar all the way around his head, setting my first guideline. And I'm still developing my fade technique. Sometimes I start, as you can see, I start on one side of the head and I bring it all the way around the head. Sometimes I do the left side of the head first, then I do the right side of the head, and then I bring it around to the middle. That's just what I chose to do this time. So instead of putting all my guidelines in first, I'm taking out this first guideline. instead of doing my 1 bar, my 2 bar, my 3 bar, I'm putting in the first bar, and I've got my fast feeds all the way closed, and I'm just taking out the bottom line, and I'm going all the way around doing that. Kind of sped up the pace because the video ended up being like 30 minutes long, so figured nobody wanted to see that. And so then I opened my fast feed just a little bit, and I tell you what, just watching my own cut, man, if you guys have the ability to record your cuts and watch them, you can see things that you could be doing better. Like, I've been focusing on my symmetry a lot lately, and I can still see how much I need to work on. Just continuing to bring up that next level, and then I'm going to pop them open again, open the lever a little bit more. I'm going to bring it up about 3/4 up the guideline. You can see that line there, just bringing that up, trying to knock that out. I try to be as systematic as I can, but at some point, pulling these lines out and stuff becomes somewhat intuitive for me. Granted, I'm still learning a whole lot about when to do what, but I think I've definitely got better from the first cut video. Maybe I'll put a link up here to go back and look at that. So now I got it all the way open. If you remember, I put this guideline in with the clipper all the way open. So I'm just going to the top of the guideline and flicking out, helping it to taper into the next guideline that I'm going to set. This is my friend Kevin, man. He's been a big supporter of me from day one. He rode with me all the way through barber school. He's never been to another barber since he started messing with me. He always shares my posts. Now I'm going to the magic clip with the 1 guard open, and I'm going to put in another guideline. But yeah, man, he always shares my posts. Huge supporter, man. I'll tell you what, my clientele, the people that stick with me, like, man, I never would have imagined that I would have had such a loyal, generous clientele base, man. I believe I have the best clients in the world. I just don't have enough of them. So this didn't start out to be a contour fade. As you can see, it's kind of worked itself into a contour fade. Contour is where it just contours with the occipital bone. Now I'm going to the half guard, and I'm going to start at the bottom of this guideline, and I'm going to work my way up it. And I think on this side, I actually work my way all the way up the guideline before I go to the next side. Like I said, sometimes it gets intuitive. Yep, open my guard, and I'm bringing it up a little bit further. Now let me share something with you that I just learned. And I know it seems really late in the game to learn this, but when you open a wall magic clip, it only opens up to a half. So, you know how an Indus Master has 5 dots? It's not really necessary to click the lever 5 times on a wall when it only opens up to a half. So I just use my, on a wall clipper with the fade blade, I just use closed, medium, and open. That's it. Through the skin and the half parts. And if you're a new barber, like I was when I started my channel, and you're not understanding anything that I'm saying, that's okay. If you keep cutting heads for free for a year while you go to school, like I did, you will get it. Some of this stuff will click. Like one day you'll be cutting and all of a sudden you'll get it. And I don't know if you guys saw it, I opened it up And I'm working all the way to the top of that guideline, and I'm being careful to flick out so that way I can get ready for the next guideline. So now I go to my 2 open, and I'm putting in another guideline just like I did with the no guard and the 1 guard. Right here the hair growth changes direction, so I've got to be sure that I'm cutting against the grain. So I'm spending a little bit extra time right here to make sure that I get it cleaned out, so that way I can end up with a clean fade. And since the hair falls over on this side, since it's a comb over, kind of flipping up and being very careful not to, I'm coming off of the occipital. So that way I don't get up into, where his hair's supposed to be combing over. Now I'm using this 1.5 to blend in that 2. But yeah, I use my shears and my thinning shears to blend with the where the comb over comes down. And again, I start off closed with my 1.5, and I work my way open, and I'm doing it all the way around. And you can kind of see that dark line just going away. I'm all the way closed at the bottom, then I open up halfway to hit the middle, and my 1.5 open is what I come off the top with. Now I go to my 1 guard, and I'm using the corners. You see where it's still dark there? I'm just using the corners to try to pull some of that out. And there's a little dark space kind of to the right that I don't know if you could tell, but there's a dip in his scalp. And I probably could have worked on that a little bit longer, but I didn't notice it until I started watching my own videos. So again, if you have an opportunity to record yourself and watch your own haircuts, man, if you're a perfectionist like I am, you'll just sit here and pick yourself apart, and you can't help but to learn and to become better. I'm just being real, meticulous. If I see a dark spot, I go after it, That's the intuitive part with the lever, If it's down low on his head, I'll close it a little bit and pick at it. If it doesn't go away, close it a little more. I went back to my half guard right here and just trying to make these little dark spots go away. So now I'm going to cut the hair, wet it, and this is where, shout out to my boy Eli for teaching me that when I'm shear cutting, that it's all in the details. So I come up the middle, the left, and the right following the guideline, and then I'm going to cross check. Down the middle, then the left, now I'm on the right. Excuse me, vice versa. I went down the middle, my right, and then I'm on the left. Then I switch and go down the middle, and you'll see little humps. And I apologize for the camera angle not showing you. Again, this is my first video with this new Canon Rebel T5i. Now I'm going to go over the hair in an X direction. I'm going at a diagonal from his right front to the back left of his occipital, and then I'll do the reverse of that. I'm just looking for any imperfections. Like I said, I learned that the difference between a good haircut and a great haircut is the details. So I try to be as detailed as I can be, find everything that I can. And now I'm bringing it around the side and just layering that comb over so that way it'll help blend into the fade. And see that silhouette? See how all those hairs are sticking out in the back of his head? It's very important that you get a white background so you can see the silhouette, because the silhouette's one of the most important parts of the haircut. That's what I'm learning anyway. Sorry for getting in the way. I couldn't find a way to do shear over comb and shear over comb and thinning shear over comb without getting in the way. Rookie mistake. Rookie audio, rookie mistake, rookie barber. Just ride with me, y'all. See, I'm really working on those crazy hairs in the back. And you see how his silhouette's coming together, like it's, it's looking rounded instead of, hairs sticking out everywhere. Real quick, I need to give a shout out to Tagliente Shear Company for sending me the shears, man. That's an awesome company. You need to look them up, check out their shears. Very good quality shears. Very happy to have them. Alright, so now I'm going to go in for the hard part. And the way I do it is I wet down the hair that's going to comb over, and that water gives it enough weight to where I can see my part clearly. But you have to be careful not to get any water in the place that you're going to put the part, because if you're not cutting with trimmers that are made to cut through wet hair, you'll have difficulty putting the part in. And I use that comb to pull the hair away from the part so I can get a crisp, more defined line. And I go over it several times. Anytime I do any work with my trimmers, tap, 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 tap. Lots and lots of taps. Now I'm doing his corners, and while I'm in here, I tend to take my shear, do a little clipper over comb, just to fine tune some detail stuff. Clipper over comb, if you're not using clipper over comb, you've got to learn that technique. It's a very good way to detail your cuts, and saves you the time of having to get a guard. Just one of my favorite techniques. So now I'm razoring out his part. I always take the razor behind the trimmer, every time. Just make that a habit. I can't tell you how many people sit down and say, "Oh, you're the first barber that used a razor on me. I'm sticking with you forever." Seriously, if you're not using a razor, it's time. The only way you're going to learn how to do it is to do it. And if you're in school, I strongly encourage you to practice everything and make your mistakes in school so you don't have to look crazy in the barbershop. I'm using Layrite Super Shine Pomade. It's an awesome product. It really does a good job on the finish. I love using it. And so yeah, now I style it, and that's the cut. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please definitely let me know what you thought. And again, when you offer your criticism, be gentle, be easy, but help me become a better barber. I depend on you guys, right? You guys watch me, you've watched my growth from day one, and I'm looking forward to continuing this experience with you. Like, I want you guys to participate. So yeah, so here's the pics of the finished product. And if you haven't, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Definitely go ahead and like and comment. And so till next time, peace.